Hello, guys. Welcome back to my show, Get Real with Jasmin. If this is your first time to my podcast, this is a podcast about self improvement, personal growth, and just whatever that's going on with my life. So, today is actually the official release of my very first episode. And I really want to thank my friends for all the positive feedback and messages that you sent to me. I'm really grateful for that. And you guys know that I don't use social media. Like, I haven't posted on my personal Instagram account for like 5 years. But I opened an account for my Get Real with Jasmine podcast, which, if you haven't followed it, I'll put a link down below. So I was blown away by all these new features they launches, like Reels, music, and the AI subtitles for Reels. Like, I know I probably sound like a grandma trapped in a 20-something-year-old body, but I always thought, like, when I was watching those reels, I always thought that people people put in those titles manually. So it's insane how fast AI has grown in the last 2 years. And you're probably listening to this now and be like, what the hell does this has anything to do with our topic today? Well, because I'm going to kick some ass today, guys. We're gonna talk about how to stop being such a goddamn disappointment to yourself, how to stop letting yourself down. Because you see, like, AI is growing so fast right now, they are replacing jobs. So you keep acting so comfortable, you're gonna be the one that get replaced next. I think sometimes when people are being lazy, they just make tons of excuses. And I think sometimes they just need someone to slap them in the face and be like, stop acting so lazy, stop acting like a pussy. And I'm happy to be that person for you. There were multiple times in my life where I was literally sabotaging myself. I was failing myself every single day. I would told myself that I'm gonna go for a run in the morning, and then the next day when the alarm went off, I would just go back to sleep. And I was literally eating chocolate for breakfast, and I would just watch Netflix every night, even when I told myself I'm gonna read after work. And I'm not talking about like missing a workout for one day or, eating junk food for a Friday night at a party or something. I'm telling you about repeating this self destructive behavior every single day. And that is not self love, my friend. There's a line between self love and self sabotaging. And you know why I know it's not self love? Because I was feeling so bad all the time when I was doing those activities. I wasn't enjoying it at all. Like, I wasn't enjoying the Netflix show I was watching, and my body was constantly feeling sick and bloated with all these junk food I was consuming. It's like you're in this toxic relationship with yourself where you just keep breaking promises that you make to yourself, and you're wondering, like, why are you feeling so shit? Well, you are the problem. And it became harder for me to keep that discipline after I moved out from my parents, because it just becomes so easy. Nobody's holding me accountable anymore, and I don't have to be responsible to anybody. If I want to eat chocolate for breakfast, nobody's gonna know. Nobody knows what time I woke up in the morning. And it just becomes so easy when nobody's watching. Well, guess who's watching? Me. I was watching, and that should be the most important thing, because you are the person that you will have the longest relationship with. Will you still want to be a friend that bails on you like hundreds of times? Will you still trust them? So how is it possible for you to be with yourself when you keep making promises that you never keep? Well, of course you don't have confidence, because what have you done exactly to deserve that confidence? And for me, I was losing faith in myself. Every Sunday I will make plans for the week ahead, and I will write things on my journal like, I'm gonna do workout 5 times, for example, for the next week. But when I was making those plans, I already had all these doubts in my mind, thinking that I don't think I can achieve that goals. Actually, I know I'm not gonna achieve it. I was losing all the trust for myself, and that is very, very scary. Because it's not just about these little things in your daily lives. These little things lead to big things, big goals. And this is something that we all understand, that in order to achieve big things, you work on small things first. But because I failed to achieve these little things in life, I did not believe that I can achieve anything in life. I did not believe that I could get the job that I wanted. Even though I was preparing so hard for it, even though I was studying very hard for it. Because that distrust in me is rooted deep within, and I no longer have faith in myself. It's like I train my brain to be a fucking asshole to myself. Every time I want something, there will be a voice pops up and say like, remember all those times you fucked up? You cannot achieve this. And that voice is right. I did this to myself unless we decide to change the script. How many times you told yourself you're gonna do some workout and you end up lying on the couch? Or how many times you told yourself like you're gonna change jobs, but you didn't even send out one resume? Or how many times you told yourself you're gonna eat healthy, and then you end up opening that goddamn third bottle of wine? Or when you promise yourself you're gonna save money, and then you spend money on some useless shit? Well, we are all guilty of this shit, but here's the thing. Every time you break promises to yourself, you're basically telling yourself like, I'm not worth the effort. And guys, that is just some bullshit. So at the end of this episode, I want you to face yourself very, very honestly. What are the things that you've been telling yourself you're gonna do it, but you just don't? Be honest. Don't lie to me. Write that shit down. Make a list. That is your I am a disappointment list. And then pick one thing from that list. Just one thing, it's enough. That's the thing that you're gonna do it tomorrow. No excuses, no bullshit. And it doesn't even have to be like big goals, you know? It could just be like make my bed in the morning. So personally, there's one thing that makes a huge difference for me. The alarms that wakes me up every morning. You know, for sometimes I had this habit of just pressing down the alarm and go back to sleep. But that alarm, if you think about it, is the very first promise you make to yourself every day. So again, that small action decides what kind of person you want to be today. So when that alarm goes off tomorrow, you have a choice. You can be the person who keep the promise or the person who break that promise. And it's gonna suck so much at the first, I know. But you know what sucks more? Is to keep being a fucking disappointment and to keep being the person that you cannot trust. Make a fucking plan and do it. It's just that simple. You either keep the promises or you just keep failing on yourself. That's it. So to end the episode today, I should say something positive, right? But if you're listening to this episode, maybe you have been a little bit lazy lately. And I'm not gonna lie to you by saying that you have been doing a good job. But what I want to say is I am proud of you for finally facing the truth about yourself and wanting to make a change about it. Because it's not easy and it takes courage. And I really hope that you will take some actions after listening to this episode. Remember, every time you keep a promise to yourself, you are rebuilding the trust with yourself again. And you are becoming a person that you can rely on. And that is not just good, that is fucking powerful. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for listening to my podcast today. And again, I do not care what you're doing right now. Pause this podcast, leave a 5-star review, and share it with your friends. Especially the lazy ones. Now go keep that promise to yourself, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye now!